And we're live.
I love that movie. I hope they're going to make a sequel to it. I hope they do a good job, and I hope they don't focus on Furiosa too much because she did a good job. But like, I kind of worn out on the female heroines, like just being like,
oh, finally they get their chance, and you're worn out after a couple movies.
It's just it's ridiculous. I don't know. The suspension of disbelief, I suppose.
Wonder Woman, I'm cool with. Wonder Woman, I'm so cool with. Loved it. She's a half Amazon, half God. I'm totally cool with that because you've got an explanation for why she's decking people and making Chris.
I get what you're saying.
But if you take like
that movie wasn't good, by the way.
Whatever with Charlize Theron, dude, any one of us here will beat Charlize Theron and make her look like a domestic violence poster. All right, like it's not even gonna be a challenge. It's not gonna be a challenge.
Only if they put you in a self-defense situation, though.
Asking for it is what I'm saying. You know, you come home after a night out with the boys and she asks how many you've had.
Right. No dinner on the table at all.
Always to the body, though. You don't want it to show. They're coming. You know,
counting drinks. That's a douche move. Yeah, that's like Sonny.
But sometimes the explanation for women being like now a peer of men is just it's the future. Oh right, yeah. 30 years from now, all women have like extreme Ronda Rousey martial arts skills, and it's crazy.
I don't doubt it.
Men will be stronger.
I don't know, man. No, men will get fat and lazy because we're on the top, and then the women will fight their way out, and then I lack the ability to do 10 push-ups, but Gal Gadot over here could kick my ass.
I don't think she could.
No, I don't think she could. If it came down to a real fight, I bet you could take Gal Gadot or Gadot, however you say her name.
I say Gadot.
Bro,
be real.
She's almost my height. She's 5'10". She has training.
She has very little testosterone. Yeah. You could kick her ass.
Either. I beat off a lot, Woody. I got no reserves. Okay?
Oh shit! Does that change your testosterone? What wasn't I told? I'd look like Taylor.
Well, then maybe.
Why do you think I have no beard? All right, one of us here.
That's the secret. You have to save it up. You know.
But no, I don't like.
The point is that you could beat up Gal Gadot, Kyle, easily. Like even if Tucker, I have faith in
Kyle could.
She could hit me as hard as she can. She can hit me as hard as she can. And it's not, first of all, it's going to sting. It's going to sting because her fists aren't big enough. Like Rogan was talking about this the other day about fist size and head size mattering in a fight. And I don't remember I think he talked about Ngannou. He showed Ngannou's fucking hands. That guy's hands are so goddamn big. He talked about Foreman's hands. It matters. I don't have enormous hands, but I wear extra large gloves. I don't know what they weigh. If you chop my fist off and weighed it, that fucking matters because that's the weapon I'm hitting you with. It's a ball-peened hammer versus a roofing hammer. And so surely muscle mass matters, frame matters, and there's a lot of technique to throwing a punch. But I'm okay at that too. I know how to rotate my wrist. I understand like the footwork of it. I put everything into a punch. I hit my heavy bag pretty fucking hard. It goes thunk when I hit it. You know. All right. She hits. It's gonna go tap. There's gonna be no dent. She can't dent a heavy bag with a punch. No. Gal Gadot is an example of a gorgeous woman.
Gal is outstanding.
Like there's your 9.5 or whatever. She's a little flat chested and she butt's not that great. I mean, let's be real. She's not a 10. Gal Gadot's not a 10. She's just a gorgeous woman.
We didn't bring this up, but she's like all Israelis have to serve in the army, so she has combat training. Like Gal is not like I mean, she's.
What does that mean though? Did she ever do that thing where they put on the football helmet and they get out there with that like double-ended baton?
And they start like. I don't know.
They can train her for 2 years, and then I'll fight her and I'll beat the fuck out of her. I'll be on top of her with all 165 pounds of me or whatever, and she won't be able to budge. She'll be able to budge. Her arms don't reach to my face.
The other thing is not everyone in the military or Israeli military or otherwise is like, walking forward with M16s attacking terrorists. I watched a thing about it.
There are videos of her doing just that.
Yeah, they do weapon training. Sure, she's had
maybe weapon training, but that's not her job, right? They all do weapon training, and then afterwards she goes back and she does like human resources for the military or something. Like,
Chiz says that she was a combat trainer.
Okay.
So I feel like that's got some.
Then she's
I still take Kyle in that fight.
I can agree that it would be a lot more even than me fighting. Like I would lose instantly. Like she could hit me once in the face and I'd be like, well, that was unexpected. I'm gonna leave now. But like,
can she defend a double leg? Like when I shoot on her, what's gonna happen?
When I
fucking let her guillotine me because I'm strong enough to just remove her hand from my body like she's a child.
We need to crowdfund this right now.
Yeah.
How much would Gal cost?
I'd volunteer. Look, like I said, she's like a 9.5 out of 10. I'd love to get my ass beat by that gorgeous woman.
Who's she married to?
Kyle's just saying that he wouldn't get his ass beat by this gorgeous woman. He would be the one in the end, with his hand raised in victory.
I mean, look, I'm sure we've all wrestled with a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, at one point or another. And then there's that moment where you're like, bitch, please. I was just kidding before. Now it's time for a tickle fight. Now I have both your wrists in one of my hands, and I'm going to tickle you mercilessly until you say you're about to pee, because that's the only thing that'll make me stop.
I don't want urine on this couch.
Dude, that's like the odd thing when you're like, play wrestling with a girl or whatever. Like you can do that, like Kyle said, where you take these two fingers and you hold a wrist, and then you just use the other ones to hold the other wrist. And you can just, it's not hard because you just have, as a male, you have a stronger grip and bigger hands. And like, have you ever done the thing where like you just lay like dead on a girl, like fooling around, like, I'm all limp and I'm dead. And like, you'll say like, move me, get me off of you, move me. What if I died when we were having sex? What would happen? And then it's just like, move, I can't breathe, get off. And it's like, oh my God, you'd be fucked. Yeah. Like if I died,
fucked when I fucked.
Yeah.
And by the same token, you can virtually, it's harder to bench press a woman because of the weight distribution, and they don't have handles and everything. So like bench pressing a 120-pound woman is a real fucking struggle. It really is.
Versus absolutely. Like a bar.
Yeah.
That
like,
I believe.
120, I'll just crank them out. But a 120-pound woman, it's like there's this balancing act, and you're the way the weight is distributed, and the way that like the flesh isn't like a bar that you can put like on the right part of your palm, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. I can do it.
Doing a pelvis and then neck, and then that's the two grip.
You like bend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing, but still, like
it's it's nothing wrong with the woman being weaker or women being weaker. Like, and I bet you all agree with me. Like, there's something like really cute and endearing about how much weaker they are, if that makes sense.
You guys are speaking for yourself. I'm mostly weaker than the people that I'm dating. I just want you to know that. Like, look at this. I am not a fucking specimen of the male race or male species here. Like,
we're cardio specimen.
Yeah.
You're the cardio specimen. You chase down deer and wait till the deer die.
See, that's how you would get that's how you overpower women. You would exhaust them. I chase the woman by mile 3 when she's
I'm good.
You can overpower her now. Now she's all yours. You get a little cordage, a little duct tape, maybe. Do you know your knots? You want to learn your knots.
Yeah, Tucker, like running away from an apocalypse is going to be A-okay, enjoying himself. I'm going to make it 100 yards before I have to like take a bat out and start breaking people's shins next to me to give myself an edge. It's like, I'm so sorry. I just can't breathe. I'm going to have to slow this to a saunter for a bit.